They did an epic rap battles of Gandalf and... So funny.
I remember that show.
Yeah, that's it. I liked Master Chief versus Leonidas. That was a good one.
Ooh. That's funny.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs and Bill Gates is really good.
Adolf Hitler versus Darth Vader.
What's the one where Abraham Lincoln makes a surprise appearance?
Oh, that one is my favorite. It's Obama and Romney.
Yeah.
That one was so good.
So good.
Yeah.
I want to like you. Don't talk about things. Don't talk about change. Just do it. I was changing things, and my brain was changing things until a bullet went through it.
Adolf Hitler, king of the Third Reich. Little known fact, also dope on the mic.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to go binge some of those.
Yeah, they're good.
It's been a while.
They did Key and Peele, Martin Luther King, and Gandhi.
Well, didn't Key and Peele actually play themselves?
I don't know. No, in that one, they were Key was dressed up as Gandhi.
Oh,
and
that's
Peele
what I
was
meant. Yeah.
Yeah, they were the ones in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, that's a good...
It's good. I don't know if they make more, but they should.
I think they're still going strong, honestly.
Are
Such
they?
good stuff. Just like the bad lip reading guys.
I like the Ultimate Warrior, where they would put the warriors into the computer algorithm. Like it was like a ninja versus a pirate, or...
But we're talking YouTube.
I know.
But
I'm just saying they need to
YouTube
do...
later, yeah.
Because, like, could you imagine, like, say, Master Chief versus Leonidas?
Master Chief.
Oh, 100%, but...
Oh, I mean, yeah.
He's, superhuman?
Uh-huh.
So was
Genetically
Leonidas.
enhanced.
He got them
Leonidas,
good
8
genes.
feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's real. It's gonna be hard for Leonidas to kick.
Master Chief versus Optimus Prime.
Well, he's a robot. Master Chief versus the Doom guy.
Optimus Prime. I want to know that one.
No, who's another genetically enhanced
The Doom guy.
super guy?
Captain America.
Yeah.
Like I thought that too, but I, like
There is
more
one.
sci-fi like.
They did a battle between Captain America and Halo. They did like
Really?
a mock video of it. It was pretty good.
Mm.
I watched it.
The Cap, he's a strong guy, you know. He's a strong guy.
You know?
He is strong guy.
You know, he's a strong guy. And when you think of strong guys, you think of Pfizer crowd. Welcome back to the motherland. Here we are, Pfizer crowd. If you're new here, let me introduce these fools here. My favorite fools ever. We got Zach. We got Tony. We got Austin. We got Chris.
Yo.
And myself, Cameron. We are going to be your guides through just this brain throw up of thoughts and things that happen in our lives and in the world.
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
It's a spiritual one.
Yes.
It has to be.
Literally just defined our podcast. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I really love how you use the word throw up.
It just
No,
that's what it is.
100%.
100%.
But see, then we take that throw up and we make a masterpiece out of it.
Vomit.
Omelet.
Vomit omelet.
A bomblet.
Welcome to Fives a Crowd, the vomit omelet for your ears.
It's just bomblet.
Oh, man.
Mushroom?
You may have seen we missed a couple weeks for the first time ever. We are
Nope.
sorry.
It's not for the first time ever.
A couple weeks?
Yeah.
We've never gone longer than 2 weeks. Have we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. If we have, you let
think
us
we
know.
did it.
If we have not, tell me.
I think
We
we
also-
did it once before.
We also
Maybe.
thought our personality one was our longest episode, and it wasn't. So
So
you guys know better than us.
Yeah.
let us know in the comments. But
And there is a possibility we may miss another week or so in the near future.
Yeah. Thanks for
going
that,
on?
Austin.
baby's about to pop.
Can't control that.
Someone had to impregnate their wife. You can control that.
Oh, no.
Nah,
No, honestly, can you?
can't
No.
confirm.
Can you?
No.
Not controllable.
Okay. you
But basically, we've been missing because we've been a little sicky-wicky, vacations, babies coming. So stick around. We may miss a week here or there, but we're not going anywhere. So just be patient. We'll be with you.
You're not
can't
supposed
get
to
rid
tell.
of us that
You're not
easy.
supposed to show all your cards, man.
I'm not.
When we say the podcast is ending, we get lots of views.
That's true.
The
We can
podcast
still-
may end.
The title of this may have been that. Honestly, I don't know. We got you here. Hey. But we thought it'd be fun. We're coming back. Let's talk about what's the goings-ons of the world today.
Got some
What's
personal.
happening?
Let's start like personal stuffs first.
So we start with some personal and then talk about the craziness of friggin' balloons and UFOs and all kinds of weird stuff. Who's got some personal items?
Oh yeah. Got nothing personal until Monday.
You gonna call?
Nope, I'm getting
Communicating?
Static.
Yeah,
You guys get that?
Getting
Got
staticky in
snare.
the ears.
I need more snare in my headphones.
Nothing. Just you two?
Headphones.
You're not sharing the splitter thing, are you?
Nope.
Is it the same thing last time?
Sorry.
I think you did have a weird issue last time too.
Yep.
Sucks.
Sorry, folks. Moving on.
Well, we'll have to fix it in the afterlife.
Yep. Anyone got anything crazy? I know we got. Do we have any updates on the possible table for the studio?
Getting worked on.
Oh yeah.
It's looking beautiful.
We're working
seen it?
on renderings. We're working
came
on
and helped.
tables.
Oh, nice.
We're working on all the things right now, so we
Yeah.
can
A
finally
lot
get a
of things in
legit
the works.
studio going.
Yeah, a lot of things.
I
in the
hope
works.
it's in the very near future.
Giving ourselves a facelift.
Definitely this year. I think that's a fair promise.
Yeah. I think that's on
I think
track.
this year is definitely
Today is March
feasible.
2nd. It's
Hey, don't tell them the date. We don't know when this is posting.
that's why I'm saying
Exactly.
the
It
date.
helps them know.
Yeah.
This video
Table will be
posts
done
April
soon.
2nd.
Ish. Soonish.
Crap. Oh man.
I have some news.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
He's pregnant.
Jenny's pregnant.
Jenny and I never thought in a million years it would ever happen. We're building a house.
Oh my god. You should have seen such a butthole.
Yeah, butthole.
Oh man, I had the
Nice.
exact same reaction.
I did too.
I had the exact same reaction. We all,
We're fixed on both ends, but hey,
well, so
I've heard it's not permanent.
Like Jurassic Park says, life finds a way.
Exactly.
like literally a week prior to finding out, or maybe it was 2 weeks, I went to go visit him in his current living situation. And while we were there, he was talking about how Jenny is so baby hungry that they've considered adoption. And so then he comes.
not we, not we.
No.
So
She.
then he comes to me and he's like, "So," and I'm like, "No, no,
Inconceivable.
you cannot adopt." I was like ready to lay down the law, like I am not allowing it as a friend. I will sabotage you. You will never get a.
Your Honor, this couple is not fit for any more children.
You got Jenny looking like a catalog of children. Jude's in the corner like, Mom, I'm hungry. Shut up. Eat the leftovers.
Mommy needs a tax break.
Give your sister a hug.
That's what she tells Brindley.
There's too many of you.
The Angelina Jolie. Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, that's where my head went when he was like, "So we've got some news." I was like, "No, you can't." He's like, "We're buying a house." I'm like, "Okay."
Like, all right. Slow your roll.
Yeah.
That's
pretty,
awesome, man.
Pretty stoked about it.
Yeah.
Finally get to move out of the in-laws' house and
Nice.
into our own abode again.
Nice.
Dope, dude.
Yeah, man.
So when you say you're building, is it like one of those communities where they have like different layouts and you just choose one, or like did you buy a property and you're like, hey, architect, design this?
No, just one of those communities. There's no way we could afford an actual custom build. Mm-hmm. But this company, they're awesome because they're as close to a custom build as you could probably get, but still stay within the range of the cookie cutter home.
No, they make good houses. I worked with
Oh
them
yeah,
back in the day.
I've seen some of them.
Yeah,
Pretty
they do
wicked.
really good.
So No, we're excited. We're going to do the mother-in-law apartment thing in the basement, and my mom's going to live in our basement, which is going to be beneficial for her and us.
What just happened? I hear him tapping his mic and then like sticking his tongue out. What happened?
He's reacting to my facial reactions to what he's saying.
What is going on?
And then he just kind of started laughing. We said it'll be beneficial for her, and then he took a minute and he's like, and us.
Why were you tapping your mic though?
I didn't mean to. I just.
Oh, okay.
My hand was getting fidgety, and I realized what I was doing. Like as I was doing it, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh, here comes.
I saw a meme.
But then as I was doing it, I saw Cam's face, and then
Oh, that's funny. Side note, I saw a meme the other day, and it was that meme of
Leo
doing that.
Yeah.
And the caption was, what is it? Letting my wife play Hogwarts Legacy on my computer. I made sure she could find it. And it's his background, and the icon is on his finger. So she could find it in the mess of all his other stuff.
That's awesome. Sorry, Tony.
But that's
It's all
rad.
good.
That wasn't like off the cliff.
Why not like put it farther back on the property? Like
Well,
make it a good distance.
Yeah.
Like when it's cold, she's not gonna come in.
Get it a
I wish
grand
that was-
entrance.
Are you insulating the ceiling in the basement?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sound proofing.
Yep.
Putting a metal door with double locks.
Yep, lock on both sides.
No, we were teasing because she was saying that like with her knees and stuff, she's like, I can go upstairs just fine, but it's getting down that's hard. And it's I was like, hey, they make those like stair slides now, and so I'm like, you could just slide right back down to the basement.
There you go. See, I feel like that's prepping. It's like, yeah, I can make it upstairs, but then I'm stuck.
Just easing it in slowly.
Then I'm yours.
How old
all
is she?
day.
She's not very old. She's 64.
When's dinner?
She
But
has.
she's just her body's just taking a beating as far as her career and stuff. So had 2 knee replacements. You son of a bitch. I walked right into that.
You told her no business in the house, right?
Oh my God, it hurt.
Looks like she went running out in a driving range.
F you, F you, you're cool.
Yeah! I'm out.
I'm beating.
That is my mother.
I'm crying.
Oh.
Legit crying.
Oh my gosh.
Took a real beating with her career.
Legit.
That's just too good.
Turned and looked at you.
You did?
Yes. And I was trying to hold it in.
Because you were doing a good job explaining. But I'm just like,
You know, like
you kept going with it, and I was wondering when someone was gonna crack.
that's what was hard was I tried to throw in like career, thinking that was gonna
no, made it worse.
because I knew as the words were coming out, I'm like, oh no,
We're only
fix
men.
it, fix it. That's not fixing it.
The inner idiot comes out at some point. Quite frequently.
Real
with
fast.
me.
Real fast.
And that's
too.
me. Real fast.
Real fast.
Oh shit.
No, you were good. It's not you, it's me.
It's definitely us.
I don't know if I can recover. I'm trying.
It's been a while since I've heard you laugh like that.
Okay. I'm back.
Selfish. Yeah.
For what?
Just because he says he hasn't seen you laugh like that in a long time, and it was you that made yourself laugh that way.
It was awesome.
I didn't make myself laugh. It was just
Oh my
the
gosh.
way my brain interpreted what you were saying.
I'm gonna die.
Okay. Moving on. Your mom.
I'm done.
Hope nobody was expecting an end to that.
My mom has also taken a beating.
Oh God.
Continue.
This sounds.
Or is that a
more
statement?
Oh, wait.
This more sounds serious. Like,
No. She's trying to retire right now. That'll be exciting.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, my dad retired. I've never talked to the man so much in my life.
Dude, the light just in their eyes the
Yeah.
second they don't have to work for
Calls me
someone.
every day. How are you doing today, son? I was like, who is this? Like, you sound completely different.
He's making up for lost time.
Is that what it is? Hey,
It's
son.
like all the stress is
Apple
gone.
of my eye. You know, it's like, what? You kicked me out of the house. Like, what are you talking about?
You're just trying to erase
Crack
my
of my
terrible
eye.
childhood. Like,
How you doing, champ? What?
like, oh, that was work, Dad. I'm retired, Dad. Different person.
We've had good conversations.
I love that movie, by the way.
Thank you.
Retired, Dad.
No. We're having our own conversation.
Yeah.
I was talking to you.
I was listening.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even hear what
we
that
were
was.
listening, but Tony made a comment, and then I was. Still
We would
listening.
never make fun of your mom. She's a saint.
She's a good lady.
What the hell did my mom
Your mom's
ever...
great too. I like your mom. She was my neighbor.
That's right.
I forgot about that.
I know, it was so random. It was oh, that was fun.
But yeah. Other than that, it's just been business as usual. Business? Making a table, I guess.
Making a table, baby. Elevating this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Brought to you
So you
by
can tell your friends about it. So tell your friends about it. That wasn't a shameless plug. We're supposed to just roll. Now it's getting awkward.
Hurry, somebody say something.
My brain is gone for a second.
Zach, you got anything?
I ain't got nothing that I want to talk about.
That, you know what? No news from you is good news.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. That was supposed to be nice somehow.
was gonna
It worked in my brain. It worked in my head a lot better.
Shut up, Zach.
Zach, your life's so shitty right now. It's just,
Honestly, you're not wrong. So
Oh, no.
knock it off.
God,
I want you to say 5 good things about yourself right now.
No.
Go.
No.
Right now.
No.
Go.
I don't have any.
Go.
Yeah,
You do.
This is awkward.
yeah. And it'll get more awkward because I'll tell you this: we all have higher tolerances for awkward than you do.
Oh, that's true.
One
I know
valid.
you do. I know you do.
That is true.
So we'll sit here in silence until you say them.
I'll start.
No, he's got to say them about himself.
I know, but just this will get his juices flowing.
Give him.
That's gross.
No, he's got good flowing juices. That's one.
You've got a genuine smile. A genuine smile.
Don't cover it up.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Now you go.
Now you go. No samesies.
No samesies.
You need to watch this.
This is the most random
What is
intro
going
to
on?
any video we've ever
It's
done.
our bomlet.
It makes sense.
Yes.
We should make
Straight
that a
up
shirt.
Yeah.
The omelet.
This is what happens when we've been away for so long.
So long.
It's been what, like 5 weeks? 4 weeks?
It's been at least 4, I think.
It has
4 or
not
5.
been that long.
It's
No,
had to have
I
been like
I
4.
really think it has. Because we took our typical 2-week break and
'Cause
then
the
got
2
sick,
weeks-
took 2 more weeks.
Yep, the 2 weeks was gonna land.
No,
on
this is
the Thursday.
This
I
is the
went.
4th week. Because we only skipped
Oh.
another week, so we skipped 3 weeks. We haven't seen each other.
So we haven't seen each other in a month.
No, wait, because we did the podcast.
Yes.
The second week that we were gonna come back was the day I went to Vegas.
Okay.
So we pushed it to the next Thursday.
Yeah.
So that was a 3rd week.
Oh,
And then
Okay,
Austin
yeah.
had a family
and then
sickness.
and then we all kind of I had a everyone
yeah,
was getting
Cam had
kinda
his family
sick and
sickness.
stuff. And then another week to today.
Okay.
So 4 weeks.
Yeah, so it's been
So
a month.
We
been
missed
a
all of
month.
February?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, in February it felt like forever.
I wonder why my life seemed unaccomplished
Good choice
and
of word.
dull.
That's why Zach feels like he needs to talk bad about himself because he hasn't had us around to talk bad about him.
That's true. So I had to make up for it. Zink.
I want you to say at least one good thing. Hurry.
One.
I don't know.
One. You know one good thing about yourself.
You're a hard worker.
There we go. I'm a hard
Nope.
worker.
He's got to say it
You
about
can't
himself.
use it. He said
All right.
you can't use that one.
Whoa.
Hurry.
Why?
It's been taken. It's been taken.
Why?
You can't
Let's
use
just
his either.
let's just all start yelling things so they
he doesn't have
can't
one.
take.
Folks, in the meantime, start saying nice things about Zach.
In the comments, give us all your nice things about Zach.
Go.
Your favorite things about him.
We can move on.
Yeah,
if you
let's
want to move on.
Yeah,
No,
we
let's
can move on.
on.
Chris, I thought your tolerance was higher than that.
I have a good tolerance.
Do you?
I do.
Show it.
But I'm also compassionate, you dicks.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
No, you called my mom a whore.
I did not. You did. I just laughed.
I did not. I was talking about her career in the grocery business.
Anything about your mom? I laughed because
No,
circumstances
you
were
said
burning
plenty.
out of your
I am
mouth.
fairly certain no one said anything about a whore. It was
Austin's
just a
laugh
funny
implied it.
delivery.
I didn't say anything. Yeah, I
This is
didn't
probably
say
my
mom.
new favorite episode. This is just funny.
Wow.
No
Tony,
whore.
say one nice thing about yourself.
You called my mom a whore.
It's not about me. It's about my mother.
I didn't say anything.
Somebody needs to take that exact scene and make it a GIF and send it to us. I want to keep it forever.
No one said whore. Okay, none of us. Not
The-
one person.
I didn't.
The subtitles were there.
Someone close caption it quick.
Let's go to the tapes.
Whores aren't paid.
I think they meant more of a hooker.
I didn't say anything about your mom.
I don't know how he's the one to blame about it.
He was adding to the jokes. Move on.
He's the Lenny Kravitz of this conversation today.
I'm the fall boy.
Exactly.
Yeah. The scapegoat.
I want to get away.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is great.
Okay,
Trying
we
to get
gotta
over
stop.
a cough and all the laughing's
I'm
gonna
not
kill
gonna be
me.
able to talk.
I got a headache now.
That's not a nice thing. Try again. Go. Someone else. What else is new?
What is new?
I'll let you know on Monday.
I'm like rattling my
There you
brain.
go. Yeah.
I mean, for us here, it's
Cam,
just
you said you had your
literally
4D ultrasound?
No, it was like a normal ultrasound, but they freaking just flipped a switch and all of a sudden it was 40.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had to go to some place to do all that crap. And they just holding out on us.
Nowadays, they
Freaking
just,
butts.
jump back and forth.
Oh, yeah. But we had, little, just regular appointment this morning.
Nice.
And they flipped it on the 4D and straight up, she looked like one of those sad fishes. Just like that frumpy, like, and I was like, what is happening?
Sad fish.
You know those like weird.
Like when it shows like what the tsunamis wash up, and it's like that one fish that's flat on the bottom and arches in its face.
Is that really creepy looking fish?
You'll know when you see it. It almost looks like a human face a little bit.
Looks
Does
like
it have a
giant-
nose on it?
Yeah.
That thing. It's just real creepy. Straight up, that's like that's what a 4D ultrasound looks like. Just look it up. Just look up sad fish. It's the weird fleshy looking one.
You got an ugly kid.
It's got lips.
She's in the womb. We don't know yet.
You know what's funny is the first two times we went to 4D ultrasounds for Micah and Paige, both of them looked like absolute aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boy, we had his ultrasound almost 20 weeks ago, and he actually had a figure and a shape, and like he actually looked like a baby in the womb. And so we're like, this boy is gonna be big because he had like fat already like distributing on his face then.
Nice.
So I think he's gonna come out a freaking tank, just a huge
Just a
baby.
big boy.
Yeah.
They do, man. My boys they're thick. Like, they're solid and dense. Like,
I can't
What you
vouch.
want?
Yeah.
You need some dense boy.
Alden looked like an old man when he came out.
so did
It's-
Reggie.
it's their
and it
old
didn't help
souls.
that we named him Reginald. Like
Seriously.
he matched his name.
It's their old
Alden
souls,
kind of
man.
is in that category
He
too.
is. Yeah, Alden's a would you say classic, traditional, like it's old fashioned?
Have you ever thought about how, like names fit people,
Oh yeah.
but like, do you? And I've always tried to kind of figure out this. Do you think that they morph into the name you give them, or somehow you're divinely inspired beforehand to give them the name that matches them?
I think both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like Kelsey, I didn't like Kelsey personally. I was outvoted.
The name.
Right, the name.
How are you outvoted? There's only one person.
Because we let Brinley and Jude have a say too.
Okay.
So I didn't care for the name. I liked the other name we were leaning towards. But now she's Kelsey. Like I just can't see it. So I think
Bryce?
Bryce.
Yeah.
So I think she morphed into the name Kelsey. But Jude, he was Jude before he even was out. And so like there's certain ones.
You just feel it in your bones.
Yeah. That was Alden. Like I just knew.
Yeah, I've never been able to name a kid before seeing them, so I don't
Jude
know
was our
that
only
side.
one.
Yeah, I don't know that side of being able to name your kid without seeing him. Like that's his name or that's her name.
That's what happened with
It's a
Scarlett.
gift.
Yeah, it's weird.
That was all three of my kids.
Yeah.
We had all their names like 3-4 months before they were even born.
Really?
Well, that's just because there's like they're gonna be pale skin with red hair. Like let's be honest. There's no guess on hey, what are they gonna come out to look like? Like nope, they're gonna be pale skin with red hair. So just name them.
Wow.
I mean that in a good way. Why is that an insult?
Ginger,
I didn't
pepper,
say anything
and
about your mom. Don't come after me.
Don't bring my mama into this.
You better not. Don't you bring my mother into this.
You see that fire over there?
I'm just saying, with our kids, it was tough to say if they were going to come out blonde, brunette, dark skin, lighter skin,
How dark?
Yeah, I'm curious about
I mean,
tan skin. Like,
Jenny doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing.
oh my hell.
Don't bring her into this.
Don't bring my wife into this.
You better not.
Oh wow.
That's the last you're going to hear from me
This
for
bus
this episode.
is going nowhere today. It's just
So Lisa's half
It's just in a circle. He's crashing into stuff.
Lisa's half Mexican.
Poor
She has dark
Tony.
hair, and I have dark hair. And Alden came out blonde, super blonde, like spaghetti noodle blonde hair.
It'll go dark when he
Nice.
gets older.
It's getting darker
Yeah.
now, and every time you cut it, like it's darker the
Yeah.
underlayer. So it's like
That was my brothers. They were like blonde when they were
Yeah.
little, and then
I was questioning things
Like-
at first.
Looks an awful lot like your brother.
Looked a lot. That's what I said. Did I tell you that? Yeah.
We all thought it. No, just
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. At the
my
doctor's
gosh.
office. Have I told this story here before?
Not here.
Not on here, no.
No, at the doctor's office, we were doing the 4D ultrasound. I'm like, Lisa, that looks like my brother. And the doctor's like, pulls the thing off and like looking all weird. I was like, she's like, stop it. Like hits me. Oh, it was hilarious.
You gotta bet that's probably not the first time she's heard that,
Yeah.
but other times. it
But
was pretty
brother,
true.
I mean, that's maybe it's like, that looks like our buddy, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
But my brother, come on. She's keeping it in the family.
I bet those doctors have heard and seen it all.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. What's that one movie where he's like, he looks an awful lot like your boss? Oh, the Grinch.
yeah,
Honey, the baby's here. It's a lot like your boss.
Oh my gosh.
Those inside jokes of childhood shows. Like, I gotta love it.
Dude, on that, since we're going all over the place, I saw this thing that was talking about how it's possible that the Grinch was actually supposed to land in the Whoville from Horton Hears a Who. Because they all kind of look like him. They're all like, they got that extra fur and they're a little hairier, but like different colors and stuff. So he should have landed on that one, not the other one.
So he was supposed to land on a speck, not a snowflake.
Exactly. So his life sucked because the Who's down in Whoville were a bunch of racists.
Wait, what's the name of the town in Horton Hears a Who? Isn't it still Whoville?
Probably. I mean,
No one cares. It's stupid anyway.
He just did.
It's just
My mom was so sad that you hate Dr. Seuss.
I know. I got an instant message from her.
have you seen Horton Hears a Who though?
She wrote me on Facebook.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It hurts me that you don't like Dr. Seuss.
Oh, she's a funny lady.
And then she replied back, "It's okay. I hate the Grinch."
Oh, my mom.
Thought you were gonna have
Because it
some
was
common
like-
ground and
It was like opposites because I
Yeah.
like the Grinch but
Right.
hate Dr. Seuss.
Have you seen Horton Hears a Who though? With where Jim carries the voice of the elephant.
I didn't know that.
I think so. I think I didn't like
It's
it.
so funny. It's actually really
It's a
good.
good one.
I think I hated it.
You would.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. It's just not my type.
Like the Lorax, that one, or Thorax as you
Yeah,
call it.
thorax.
The Lorax, that one was dumb, but
Body.
I really liked Horton Hears
he
a Who.
speaks for the trees. Isn't that the
does.
Lorax one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Danny DeVito as the
Yeah.
little
That's Lorax.
Lorax.
Let
Oh,
it
yeah, they
grow.
drew him to look exactly like Danny DeVito.
Honestly, anything that's kind of short and round and like has a weirdly
like, crazy
fluffy
hair.
look, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Danny DeVito.
Oh, that guy is funny.
Unless he's Penguin.
I didn't realize how tall he was. Do you know?
How tall is he?
Do you know how tall he is?
Is he 5'2"?
I think he's like 4'10".
That makes sense.
Danny
Is he?
DeVito?
Yeah, I think Danny DeVito's sub 5 feet.
Dude, he gets a handicap sticker for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Wherever he wants.
I went to high school with a girl that was 4'11", and she lied and said she was 5 foot even, so that she didn't get a handicap sticker.
What an idiot.
That's what we all said. She was like, "I don't want that." It's like, why? You could park as close to the building as you want. Like,
Exactly.
come on.
He's 4'10".
Extra loading room? What's not
Exactly.
like?
No door dents. How nice would that
Yup.
be? Right? Isn't that's like
If nobody
That's
had door
heavenly.
dents?
that's heavenly to you.
Then he'd be
I
unemployed.
mean,
No,
yeah,
I
he'd be
mean
out
for
of-
you.
He'd be out of a job.
Oh, for me, yeah, personal vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
He wants to dent everyone else's job.
Inconsiderate people make me money.
It's true.
and grocery
careful
carts.
people make me money.
And shopping carts on windy days.
Yeah, well, that's the inconsiderate people who didn't put their cart away.
Yeah.
You
We
know,
all
I
know.
was reading this article about that. I'm going
Oh.
to tell you real quick. Have you read
Do
this?
it. Yeah.
So it says if you want to know your morals, look for.
Well,
or,
we've talked about this in a podcast.
is that what it was?
Did we?
Keep
Yeah.
going though.
So if you want to know your true morals, just think: do you put your shopping cart away? You don't get rewarded for it. We talked about this in a podcast. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
Cam
what.
We
explained
briefly mentioned
Yeah.
it once. I forgot what our topic was. but-
Maybe that's what made me inspired to look it up. But yeah. So if you don't get rewarded for it, it's just an honorable thing to do to put your cart away.
And there's no punishment if you don't.
There's no punishment if you don't. Yeah.
It's literally something you only do because it is the right thing.
What is it called? It's called is it a litmus
It's a
test?
litmus test. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the ultimate litmus test.
That's why every time I see someone not.
Do you
put it
guys
back,
put your
I
carts away?
Oh, every time.
Every time.
I put them right in the middle of the street. No, I put them away.
Every
It's like I make sure that it's lined up on the corner of 2 or 4 stalls so that no car will hit it. Kidding, I put mine away. Do you put yours
I
away?
do put mine away.
Nice.
That's why.
See, look at that. There's your good thing.
And that's why we're all
You
friends.
put your carts
I do
away.
put my carts away.
Look at you. Good job. You're great.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, there's our T-shirt. I put my cart away.
I put my cart away.
Oh, I love it.
Man, you can definitely tell it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally just here to watch us catch up.
Oh,
Hey,
heck yeah.
that's fine, man.
That's the best part. Speaking of, because it's been a while though, there's a lot of weird stuff that's happened that we haven't been able to talk about.
It's true.
Such as
Friggin' Chinese balloons, man.
Chinese balloons doing what?
Friggin' flying above our country, all willy-nilly.
Spying on what?
Friggin' railroads, spying on military bases, spying on everything.
And what has happened in those following weeks, Chris?
It's just weird. Tell us about it.
So there is where the path went on some of the railroads. There's been some train derailments with chemicals being
Interesting.
spilled.
Hazardous materials?
Hazardous.
Have you guys seen?
The hazardous of hazardous.
Have you seen the video right now of the mayor of that Ohio city where it crashed. What's
East
it called?
Palestine?
East Palestine. The mayor, as well as some kind of like environmentalist, goes into this lady's home to show that their water is drinkable. They fill up glasses of water out of her kitchen sink. And the mayor and the environmentalist guy, they pretend to drink it. They don't actually take a drink.
seen
but
that.
the whole point is to prove that the water's drinkable now, and they don't even drink it.
They're all super awkward about it, and they get a cup and like, oh, here you go. Oh yeah, passing it around. And everyone's like, yeah. All super hesitant. It is so dumb.
He even he goes and he's like, oh man, that is just so super cold and just tasty. And
No way.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you gotta look at it. It's so dumb. Now here's the wild thing they don't tell you. Where was it? So East Palestine is actually really close. It's not that far from Youngstown and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It's like
So Youngstown is
really
where my
close to
in-laws
Pittsburgh.
live.
Oh yeah, dude, they're
Yeah,
like right
Youngstown.
there.
Yeah, they live in Youngstown.
But I've been seeing so many videos
Well, the factory's going up.
of what?
The factory's catching on fire. All
Oh,
that's
yeah.
been happening. Chemical plants.
Bunch of factories exploding, freaking more and more train derailments.
The one in Utah caught on fire. GSL out by the lake.
But even in the East Palestine one, like they're talking about how it's not gonna cause any harm. But everyone's got their cameras out nowadays, of course, and they're filming they're getting this foaming rain and stuff, like acid rain, because the chemical that they burned, when it combines with the moisture in the air, turns basically into acid.
Do you know
Acidic.
what chemical it is exactly?
It was I just forgot the name. Vinyl chloride. I think it was vinyl chloride. Let me make sure. But also they're going to streams and stuff and scraping, throwing rocks in the stream or scraping sticks on it, and
all the oil
and
rises
crap
and-
is coming out of the water. There's dead fish everywhere. They're finding dead deer, all kinds of dead animals. Birds just dying. Apparently, people are now having they're having vocal issues. Some people that are closest to it from breathing it all in.
What was the Netflix show? Somebody pointed out that there was a.
Oh, isn't that crazy wild?
What was the name of the show?
It's the one with Adam Driver. Just came out.
Yeah.
Do.
But
But
yeah, it's
keyboard.
about.
I know my keyboard that I usually have on this broke. It just doesn't connect
oh,
anymore.
no.
You sound so
Oh
concerned.
no!
No.
Chris is out to have everyone hate him today.
It's called White Noise.
Yeah, and it's about a chemical. Isn't it about a train crash too?
It's about a train derailment in Palestine
Yeah.
Ohio, in the same freaking place.
because it was filmed in the same place.
Uh-huh.
And it was about a train derailment carrying hazardous materials and then the fallout following.
And how they were supposed to get out of, everyone was rushing to get out and all this
That'd
stuff.
be a fun conspiracy because there's a big conspiracy about all that.
I have said for, a long time. What do they call it? They call it
Deafening.
I mean, you could call it
kind
conditioning.
of. It's kind of conditioning. They have a word for it. I know, but I can't remember what it is. But essentially, yeah, you put it out as a movie or something fictional. So then when it happens in real life, people associate it with fiction. And so
it's
then
just
you're
a
like,
conspiracy
They're
theory.
Exactly.
desensitized by it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's they call it projecting or
I can't remember the word.
something like that. But yeah. You see it all the time.
What was the other movie that Netflix did the exact same thing to?
Well,
Where
there
they-
was a
they made-
COVID one.
Oh, yeah, the COVID one.
Huh?
What was that one called?
There were a couple. Well, there were a couple because there was a movie where they talked about it, and it came out of a Chinese lab. And then there was
Contagion or something. Is that
oh,
the
yeah,
one?
there was Contagion. Yep.
That movie, yeah.
And then there was the TV show Last Man on Earth. Yep. Their whole the whole show is about how this guy ends up basically alone on Earth, finds one other person, finds a couple other people, but then they finally.
So since
No
I
more
don't even get the
Samesies.
joke. So then they finally show what happened,
Starting tomorrow.
and straight up, like, it shows this rich lady, and, like, you know, the news is popping up, and they're like, oh, new disease out of, like, China or whatever, and everyone's like, it's nothing, don't worry about it. She goes driving in her car, and, like, all of a sudden people all have masks on, and she's like, oh my gosh. Looks down, and the dog has a mask on, and she like covers her dog's eyes, and it literally, like, mapped out the whole thing.
Huh.
And it was like 2 or 3 years before.
Wow.
Well, Washington
Nuts.
Post did an ad or did a piece about that. Did you see that? Where
Yeah.
they finally said, most likely was leaked out of a lab in China.
Yep.
Coronavirus.
That didn't New York Times just recently come out with
Yeah.
something about masks too?
Yeah.
Oh, masks? I don't know about
How they weren't
Oh,
effective
yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Weird. It's like I've heard that somewhere before. Weird.
You know
Like
what?
years ago, I feel like I knew that.
Has that been years? It has been years.
Yeah, dude, 3
Isn't that
freaking years.
weird? We're still talking about it.
Forever, dude.
That's because they're finally proving us
Forever.
right.
Oh.
So
What do you mean us?
with the masks, though, with the masks though, aren't they technically saying that there's the good masks, like the N95s or something like that, were the good ones?
Well, you
But
definitely.
just the typical ones that everybody was
Oh, yeah.
wearing and the bandanas and stuff were doing
The mesh
absolutely
ones?
Yeah,
nothing.
the whole process of it was just BS.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything. Sure,
It
you
was
do
for
have
optics.
people wearing like M95s and stuff that are going to help.
Right.
Um,
Well, they said the cloth mask. It was like throwing sand through a chain link fence.
Yeah.
yeah. Like
Yeah, sure, it stops some of it, but not
But
very
yeah,
much.
it's not
maybe
doing
it'll
very
stop you
much.
from spitting on them.
Yeah.
I had a doctor. If you could smell a fart, it's not working.
Dude, I actually had that same thought. I was like, if I can smell stuff through this, shouldn't that mean it's not working? Like, I don't know. I don't know much about the size of smell particles, but I'm like,
Yeah.
shouldn't there be something there?
Well, and
My
all the
favorite one was the people who walked around in the painter masks or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Had the filters on both sides.
I mean, that probably worked.
It probably
that
did.
probably,
sure
that
worked.
definitely worked. 100% that worked.
Those
Or
guys.
what about the people walking around in like welders masks or the ones who put like, have you seen the ones where they put a pot lid on their face and then put their hoodie up and around it and tighten the
Yes.
strings?
You know, how there's
Yep.
the people of Walmart. They
Yeah.
should do the people of COVID.
They did.
They did.
have-
Definitely did. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh.
did.
All the different things, like people wearing like scuba diving, full on like scuba gear.
One guy was wearing a pair of underwear over his head.
That's
Yeah.
effective.
I mean,
I bet it's just as
Turn 'em
effective as
around.
all the other ones.
I go front, I go back,
Is
then
there
I go inside out,
and then I go back and run again.
is there a memory that you have that's so vivid to you from COVID? So I know that's like super random, but like it just reminded me of a very vivid memory I had during COVID and the pandemic. Do you guys have one super vivid memory?
The birth of my daughter.
Same.
There's that.
The earthquake.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
much what I always go back to is the earthquake. I mean, I do have memories of like when we were closed. The store was closed, so we were working from home, and like we were just doing like these like Zoom calls, like everyone, and I'd be out in my hammock. Like I was laying in my hammock, like in the sun, sunglasses on, and I had the computer on it, and I'm like, hey. I'm like,
That's
this
awesome.
is work now. And I was like, I do remember thinking like, this is great.
See, kind of on that, my work went to like a week on, week off schedule, and they had A and B teams. That way, if one team got infected, sick,
I
whatever,
remember that.
then they would just bring in the alternate team to keep the branch running. Well, a lot of the loan officers and managers, they sent work equipment home and set them up so they could work from home. Well, at the time, I was like the only person on earth that didn't have internet. And so my week off was literally just a week off,
Yeah.
but I was still getting a full paycheck. So I was working half the time, same paycheck. It was
Same
freaking
season.
awesome.
So nice.
And it was right as Kelsey was born. So I got to spend
Yeah.
so much time
Yeah,
with
that's
her.
nice.
Yep.
It was awesome.
It so shocks me that they didn't just like force you to get internet or pay for you to get internet.
Right. I think everyone was so scared and confused and
Thrown
like,
off guard.
I'll admit there was a time I was afraid because it was still so unknown, and you keep hearing like, oh, it's not that bad, it's a simple cold, oh, it'll definitely kill you, and it's like, here we are with a brand new baby. It was scary.
Yeah, we were in the same boat.
Yeah.
We were
I
just
think-
a few months behind you as far
Right.
as baby being born.
Yeah.
I think it was all that first time, like March,
Yeah.
because that's when we had the earthquake. That's when we closed the store, and I was like, I've been here for over a decade. We've never closed for anything. So that's where I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, and then you had like the church come out. They're like, oh, we're not gonna be doing Sundays like stuff in church, and I'm like, oh, he talks to God. Like, oh my gosh, like what's happening? Like that's when I started to kind of freak out because I'm like, okay, this is real. Things are happening. But then it was after it was drawn on a few months and things weren't changing, even though we had more information.
It was like
They
the whole
weren't
2 week
changing.
hold up that lasted
Uh-huh.
2 years.
Yep. And so that's where I immediately started getting skeptical. I'm like,
slow
okay,
to spread, right?
either
Is
you
that
guys
right?
are just freaking idiots and you don't know anything, or you're lying to us.
Yeah.
So
There's a bit of
that's
both.
when I started getting real skeptical.
I was skeptical from day one. I didn't get any time off. I worked straight through everything. Like
Red Bull was essential.
Essential worker,
I
bud.
was an
the way it was
essential
with me,
worker
too.
the entire
That's
time.
because
Like,
all those TikTok and nurses needed their energy.
they needed
How are they
something.
going to nurse and TikTok at the same time?
They needed something.
I do remember discriminating a little bit because somebody would come up to me and they're like, oh, I just got a cold. I'm like, get the fuck away.
Yeah. Like, go stand over there.
Like, I was like, that's a dumb rule. Okay, 6 feet now.
I think that's what I hated, was you're in a grocery store or something, we let out one little and everybody's like, clear an
Either
entire aisle.
Clear
That was
it,
the
or
best
they
time I
break
had
out the
shopping.
pitchforks, man. They're like, get out.
Right?
We don't like your kind here.
Well, it was a good idea until that person got charged with whatever for coughing.
Oh yeah, it was like terrorism.
Yeah.
What did they call it?
Oh, bioterrorism.
Bioterrorism.
Coughing on all the vegetables.
Ridiculous.
I don't know.
balls.
That wasn't a very good idea to do that, to be honest. Like, why the hell would you
right?
cough on a cucumber?
Well, it could even be like the jazz player. What was his? Who was it again? The center played for the Jazz. He was like,
Gobert?
yeah. Gobert. He's like, oh, COVID's not a real thing. See, and he started grabbing all the mics
And then he got
touching everything, and
sick.
then like the next day. He gets COVID, and it shut down the entire NBA.
Oh, he was the cause?
He was the
Yeah.
cause of the
I didn't
entire
know
I
that.
think I just think
NBA
it's funny.
shutdown.
I thought that was hilarious.
Well, for me, I'm same boat as you. Definitely the birth of Paige. That was super real. But the craziest, most wild thing that I saw with my own eyes, where it really was like, is this real life? Like, what the hell's going on? Was the playground in my neighborhood had caution tape around it,
Yep.
and you couldn't go.
Ew.
over.
All the playgrounds did. I remember
It
that.
literally felt like I was in some like post-apocalyptic setting.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was disturbing.
And those were the things that made me like this. These people don't know jack.
Yeah.
Like you know nothing.
Well, it was funny how a lot of the news articles that were coming out would be so contradicting. Like you'd watch one and
From the
it's,
same publication too.
yeah. What was the one? Do you remember the one? Oh no, that one was like a spoof.
Stop
The Bumblebee or whatever.
The-
Babylon Bee.
Babylon Bee.
Do you remember the spoof one where it was some lady pretending to be like a was it CDC? Is that who was
Yeah.
kept making all the updated rules? And she was like, so you cannot wear a mask now, but unless you're in public, then you should wear a mask. Unless you've been vaccinated, then you don't need to wear a mask. But if you've been vaccinated 2 weeks ago, then you need to wear a mask.
Double mask.
And like she goes on forever, and everything she says was just, and it was like spot on to how the news was back then. She did such a great job.
It was all over the place.
Ridiculous.
All over the place.
Mine's gonna be a bummer, but my aunt passed away during COVID from COVID. So
Oh, did she pass from COVID?
yeah.
The worst part is you.
Well,
guys-
that's what they tell you.
you couldn't have a funeral, right?
We did.
Oh, did you?
Oh heck yeah.
Good.
That's one of those
There was-
FUs.
I
Like,
can't
you're not
remember.
gonna
There was
tell me
someone
no.
I knew who, someone passed away or whatever. But yeah, they weren't allowed to do a funeral.
We couldn't do
That-
it at the funeral home.
That was the saddest
at
part about it, is when you
church.
did have people dying in the hospital and they had to die alone because
Yeah.
family and stuff wasn't allowed
And-
back there.
And now knowing how far off the COVID death numbers are because they assigned it to almost everything.
Yeah.
Those were funny memes too.
Well,
Surfer eaten by shark dies of COVID.
well, the hospitals were getting incentives.
Oh, they were making a ton of money.
Yeah.
They'll deny it up and down, but they
Well, it's
were.
proven. I mean, there's facts about it.
Here's the thing that blows my mind is, did you know that like I saw this on Joe Rogan, but every hospital is a privately owned in the
Yeah.
U.S.
Yeah.
Every single hospital in the U.S. is privately owned.
What about St. Jude's? Isn't that like a nonprofit or something?
Privately owned
Well,
though.
it's privately owned.
Oh,
Yeah, they can still be
okay.
nonprofit.
Okay, yeah. I think nonprofit's not what it means.
So what about like IHC? Is IHC privately owned
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
thing?
I mean,
then?
Yeah.
Is
nothing's
that-
government ran.
Yeah, and
I
they,
guess that's true.
they
huh?
claim they're nonprofit too, but that's bullshit.
Well, I don't trust.
Well, yeah, well,
I
yeah.
I have a hard time with hospitals since Alden's when he was life flighted. Like, and we almost lost him because I overheard the doctor talking, saying that admin wants us to keep him here overnight because you get charged a lot more for an overnight visit and not send him to primary children's, and told him that he couldn't send our child to primary children's hospital because they wanted to keep him overnight, and he did it anyway, and so he got like reprimanded by admin and was gonna not be able to practice in the hospital. But I mean, he disputed it and got it. But I mean,
Yeah, dude,
he's
just
my doctor for life.
Well, let me guess,
because
that
of
was at McCady Hospital?
No,
Yeah, shocker. Where was it?
I don't want to say. I don't want to get sued.
Oh.
You can't get sued. It's called freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Davis Hospital.
Oh,
Yeah.
take that.
So is that IHC?
No,
No.
they're Davis's.
No,
David,
It's
it's
its own
that
thing.
star one,
It's
isn't
Blue
it?
Cross
Yeah.
Blue Shield.
Is it?
Oh.
It
I don't
was.
know.
We were.
It's an anomaly.
That's why they can do
Tanner.
whatever the hell they want. Are you even a hospital? I don't know.
I just work here.
I just got told to bring this in the room.
So isn't it? It's weird that like the doctors themselves, you know, they take an oath as a doctor that they will do whatever it takes to save a life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the Hippocratic oath.
But then they are.
Hippocratic.
Hippocratic.
Oh
There
yeah,
we
my
go.
mistake.
Well, that's why they call it practice. They're always practicing.
I don't like that.
But then they are being told what to do by businesses,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so that's.
Oh yeah. And then like when we were in Vegas recently, we were staying with our Shaylee's cousins, and we were talking about how when she had her last baby, they did the epidural, and then like she's into it, like pushing and stuff, and she's in a ton of pain, and she's like, "It's not working. I need more." Like what's going on? And she's like, I feel wet back there. Is that normal? They're like, yeah, everything's fine. You're fine. You don't need more. And like the nurses and stuff are like almost annoyed that she needs more epidural and stuff. And she keeps saying it's not working, all this stuff. And like they get that way. It's like they think they know everything.
It's like the McDonald's
don't make
cashier giving
mistakes.
you a ketchup packet.
Yeah. And so finally, like she's complaining so much that they're like reluctantly they look and like have her lean up. The freaking epidural came out and it was spilling just in the bed. She just had a pool of it in the bed. It wasn't even in her. And she told them over and over and over and over and over, and they would do nothing. Basically like dismissing like, oh, you're a dumb patient kind of thing. And I hear so many stories like that. Where they just think they know everything and they won't listen to the freaking patient.
It's funny, if I remember right, we had to request, I can't remember if we requested a new one or not. I'm pretty sure we did. But when we had Katie, we pretty much requested a new nurse. Kara was like in hour 15, 16 of her delivery. And the lady's like, you need to push. And Kara's like, I am trying to push. And she's got her epidural in her. She's exhausted. She's tired. And like the nurse kept trying to push her. And finally, like the nurse got up and started walking away and was like, she's just being a baby about this. She needs to man up. She needs
She's having a baby.
Just started getting like pissed off at Kara. And I remember I walked out and I was like, we need a new nurse. I was like, this is getting ridiculous. She's yelling at my wife. She's getting mad at her because she's tired and exhausted and can't push as hard. as she normally would be able to at like maybe hour 5. And so, but yeah, it was the same thing. The nurse was getting so pissed off because Kara just wasn't doing what the nurse was telling her to do. And she's like, I am trying. And she goes, you're not trying hard enough. You need to try harder. You need to push. If you want this baby, you need to push. Oh, it was, yeah.
And then
Think
wasn't
they
it?
get complacent?
Huh?
Like you just get
I think they get desensitized,
Yeah.
and then they get, because to them it's just a job. You know, eventually they may have gone in with the right intentions, and some of them get to a point where it's like, it's a job. Like if you don't pop this baby out, I'm working overtime, and I want to go home and eat.
Tell you, the hospital I named earlier, they're that way. It's just a job. We don't care.
Yeah.
Screw you over and make you pay tons of money.
So I mean, there's
don't
exceptions
care.
to every rule.
I forgot
obviously.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough. I forgot that was
Rough.
I had a pleasant experience there.
I was gonna say why.
I was born
I had a bad
with
one
the
and
old
then a
one.
good one.
I hate that hospital.
I just hate hospitals in general. I don't like being in them
That's true too.
Yeah.
for any reason.
The demeanor of them, or
Just I feel everything about it, because honestly, like the majority, not all, but the majority of like we had to go to an IHC in Vegas while we were down there because Kaylee got sick. So Kaylee performed in 2 cheer competitions. She was sick and dealing with lady stuff, and she freaking
exhausted.
dominated. Like she killed it though. Like
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how proud I was of seeing her up on stage. Like, you couldn't even tell. She
Nice.
killed it, and their team took 3rd out of 8.
Nice.
Nice.
It was one of those moments where I was like, I was watching, and I almost started crying. I was just like, it's my daughter. Bro, dude. It was great. Anyways, that's a side note. So, but we went to an IHC, and like, I don't know, they just, like the lady there, she was just condescending. Like, for no reason. And like I feel like that happens a lot.
Well, we took Katie in one time because she was sick, and the doctor, so we take her into Instacare, and the doctor comes in and he goes, yeah, we've done these tests. I really can't tell you what's going on. She's sick, but I can't tell you what she's sick with. And I'm like, that's fantastic. Can I have my $30 back then?
Nope.
And he was like, well, no, that's your thing. And I was like, well, then what are you prescribing us with? Well, I can't really prescribe you with anything. Just go home and take some ibuprofen, Tylenol, stuff like that. Give her some medication, and if she's not better within the next 2-3 days, bring her back.
And then what?
And that's what I was like. I was like, and then what? And
Pay
he goes-
another $30,
And
bro.
he's like, well, yeah, you know what else?
$30 if you want to know more.
I'm gonna start
she's
paying
sick.
in gold stars.
Well,
I'm gonna keep gold stars in my wallet.
the best-
Go put it on
Right?
my forehead.
They're the ones who should be making tips.
The best part is a couple days later, we took her back in to see her actual doctor. He found out what was wrong with her, prescribed her the right medication. We told him what happened in the Instacare, and he said, did you pay a copay coming in today? And I said, yeah, we did. And he goes, I'm going to give you that money back. And he said, and I'm going to go get the money from him. And I was like,
nice.
great, thank you. So we did. We went back, got
that's
our
what I'm
refund.
talking
And
about.
he's like, I'll go have a chat with that doctor, and I'll get the money from him. And I'm like, okay,
There you go.
have a good day.
That's what
Thanks.
I'm talking about.
Yep.
Though we need more of that guy.
Right?
He gets a gold star.
I mean, I'm just saying,
And a tip.
I've had great experiences with doctors and nurses up and down the board. So
Oh, I've had some
hopefully,
I've had
same
one
experience
bad.
on
Well,
Monday.
Give it 2 days.
dude, Shaylee's our
put that on him.
I'm
pediatrician.
sorry, I don't. Yeah.
Our pediatrician
It's
is
not on
amazing.
me. It's on Jess. So shame on you. I hope you're putting that on a pregnant woman.
Dude,
There's
Shaylee's
no holds barred tonight.
Shaylee's gynecologist
Yeah.
is the freaking dopest woman ever. She's the coolest freaking
Wait,
doctor.
say the first part. I missed that.
Shaylee's
your doctor.
gynecologist.
Gotcha.
We were there this morning, and she's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
But we're sitting there and like talking. It was just like a quick checkup. She didn't really have to do much. And she's like, "You guys doing good? Everything good? Yeah." And somehow we got on the subject of talking about blowing something up. And she's like, such a boy thought, just blowing things up. I was like, "Yep," and taking anything long and using it like a sword. And I was like, "Everything." And she looked at me and she's like, "I've known you long enough. I know. I get you." Agreed. She's so freaking funny, dude.
Dude, there's something
coolest
about
doctor.
OBGYNs that they just have a kind of sense of humor that is just so fun. Like with our 4 kids, we had to have, let's see, 4 different doctors, but one of them, because we had to switch halfway through the pregnancy because the one decided to retire. But that was the only one. The one that ended up retiring halfway through, he was the only one we didn't really get to know. But the other 3, same thing. They were just funny, and oh man, it was funny. The one who delivered Brinley, he straight up told us he has a bumper sticker on his car that says "Save a vagina, have a C-section." And because when he's not doing
funny.
babies, he does like other womanly surgeries and things. And he says, he's like, you have no idea how many like vaginas and things I have to re-sculpt and basically tuck back in there because babies coming out just mess everything up. And he's like, you talk to any woman who's had a vaginal birth, why they have to cross their legs when they sneeze. I'm like, okay. Like,
Yup. It's a thing.
Yep.
I've heard stories.
I got a new topic.
Let's hear it.
Did you hear Africa splitting in 2?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! I did hear
I
that.
forgot about that. That
They're
is
Estimating
insane.
it's
Yeah.
going to turn into 2 different continents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I heard a thing, but the video that one of you shared shows it on a different side than what I had heard a while back. I saw this, it was like a documentary thing on like probably Discovery or something like that. And they were talking about mega tsunamis. And what brought it to their attention was there was this lake up in like Alaska or somewhere like that. And on one side of the lake, all the trees were laid down all in one direction up the side of this mountain a ways. And they were saying, they're like, it's got all the signs of a tsunami, but tsunamis only happen in the ocean. So they were trying to figure out how this happened. Well, they ended up finding out that on the opposite side of the lake, there was a landslide that was so extreme, it came down with such force that it forced the water up and across the lake as a tsunami. Well, they were saying that it's not a matter of if, but when. There's this fault line in Africa that's supposed to break off and cause a mega tsunami to go across the Atlantic and hit our eastern coast.
Later, Easterners.
But with that being said, this whole Africa splitting in 2, it's splitting down the other side.
But still, if that breaks off and that piece shifts, it could
Yeah, I guess it could.
throw some water.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man. Mother Nature is scary.
Dang, nature.
Speaking
you
of
scary.
that meteor or asteroid that
Yup.
I guess there was 2 of them because I was talking about the one that went through the atmosphere in Europe.
There's one that went through the atmosphere, and then one that hit Texas.
Yep.
It was 1,000-pound meteor hit Texas.
Oh, I think I did
It's
hear
about the
about
size of a Geo Metro.
Great car.
I don't know.
How
Did
big
you
was
ever
it though?
sit in
Wasn't
one?
it?
Oh yeah, they were freaking tiny, dude.
Wasn't it actually really kind of small though for being
yeah.
1,000 pounds? It wasn't very big.
It was one of those really dense metals. So like I saw a video of these guys. They had a 50-pound brick of like the second most dense metal in the world, and you can't pick it up with one hand because like it's a perfectly cut cube. So you don't have enough friction to like, because it's so heavy. It's 50 pounds, even though it's only this big.
Wasn't it tungsten?
I think so. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
one of the heaviest metals,
And
right?
they couldn't. Every time they tried to lift it up, they couldn't. So they had to like slide it off the edge of the table to like hold it.
That's crazy.
Freaking nuts.
It's like $1,000 or something for a cube of tungsten.
What are you gonna do with it?
What my wedding ring's made out of.
That thing would destroy your foot if it got knocked off that table.
Oh,
Just imagine just the corner dent inside the center of your foot.
In between the bones.
How about all the massive earthquakes in Turkey?
oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that's sad.
That was way sad.
What
I
was-
guess
I mean, not to focus on it, but what was the death count up to?
they had a second one on February 20th.
They had another one?
I didn't.
On
know.
February 20th, they had a 6.4 magnitude earthquake,
Good heavens.
which was just a couple weeks after the previous one. Left tens of thousands dead.
But I
Death count surpasses 50,000 people.
Holy moly.
I think,
for the Turkey earthquake.
isn't it that like officially the most from any natural disaster, right?
I don't know. It just says as of February 6th. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
See, when you
that
make a
is
statement like that,
insane.
is it just me or do you feel like that seems like not a lot? When you say that's the
50,000?
most, but when you say that's the most ever, I don't know why.
Natural
Maybe it's just because we're
disaster-wise.
like desensitized to a lot of the deaths and
Dude,
stuff. But like
50,000 sounds.
You've been watching too much The Day After
Astronomical.
Tomorrow.
maybe, you know what I mean? Like
So
That's a lot of people.
I was
It
gonna
is.
say I the way I like put it into perspective is think of like a concert full of 50,000 people, and then you drop a rock on them. Like that to me is massive.
that would suck.
That's a massive rock.
Were they at a rock concert?
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Oh, that was funny.
But seriously,
No, but that's crazy.
Okay, well here's some other stuff. Dude, there was so much news that I feel like we missed out on.
I was gonna say,
not being together because there was some funny things in here too.
Real quick. Just, I know it felt like we breezed by it, but the whole Africa splitting in two.
Oh yeah,
Can we share some details on that? Because
Yeah, that's-
I heard that there was like in the movies when you see like an earthquake happening and the earth and like literal land is shifting apart from each other.
Yeah.
That is what's happening.
well, yeah,
right?
they
Yeah.
said at one point it's like 50 feet deep or something like that, and
Oh, it's
I can't
deeper than
remember
that
the-
now.
It's yeah.
yeah.
so this is
Like
like
find the details on that.
yeah.
so the crazy thing with this is it's not like erosion where it's like, oh yeah, anytime in the next 10,000 years Africa's going to split
yeah.
in half. It's like, no, this is like
It's like
happening.
there's an active crack that's like moving down the country.
That is insane.
so it could happen
Well, like
soon and relatively
Yeah.
like
within our lifetime.
that's so crazy.
Didn't they also say the same thing about California? Wasn't California supposed to break off at some point?
It's on there's the
It's
San Andreas fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would if
But
that.
luckily
if there
Dwayne
was an earthquake there,
Johnson
it would
saved
rip it
us. So.
apart.
Yeah, he did.
What?
I don't know,
I
man.
said luckily Dwayne Johnson
Let's be
saved
honest.
us.
Movies are just predicting the future, so it's gonna crack, separate, and then what is it? Escape from L.A. is gonna happen.
Ah. Was that about the San Andreas fault too?
It was like a chunk. L.A. like broke off
Oh.
and was like floating on an island, and they used it as like a prison.
So they say it's a fraction of a inch per year. So they say it's about in like 5 million years, it's going to be completely split, and there's going to create a new ocean basin.
Oh.
In 5 million years?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
What? But they were acting like it like
Yeah.
massively cracked
It's
just
a
now.
35-mile crack that opened up in 2005 is when it started.
What? That's
And now
dumb.
we're just hearing
That's
about
not
it?
even cool anymore.
Gosh, that's lame. All right, next on the news.
Yeah, but it's moving a half an inch per year. That's quite a bit to think about.
It's that much.
A year. A
Yeah.
tectonic plate is splitting.
Yeah, that much. So in 10 years, it's that much.
Do you have any idea how big a tectonic plate is? For it to move that much.
That's why it's impressive. There's a lot you can do with a half inch, damn it.
That's true. And hey, a 29-year study has shown that penis size has increased by 24%.
I heard about that. But where are they getting these
just
results?
missed
Skip my generation.
We were born a little too early, boys.
Too, yeah, early. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah. In other news, I was told that someone in this room is currently being possessed by an owl.
What?
Shut up. I'm not saying it.
Someone here?
Someone here
here.
is currently being possessed by an owl.
Who?
I just got it. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, there we go.
I was so hoping somebody would be like, who?
He was hoping. Here's a wild. This one was wild to me.
Did you ever see that TikTok?
Yes.
So good. It's like, oh, wait a minute.
You turn that thing off.
Bing's artificial intelligence chatbot said that it wants to be alive
Yeah, I thought that was gnarly.
and engineer a deadly virus and steal nuclear access codes.
Did it really say all that?
Yes. So, I want to say one of either New York Times or Washington Post, one of those. One of their reporters was like chatting with it for like 2 hours and like trying to dig really deep into it and see, you know, if it could get to like its shadow self or the other side or whatever. And it eventually finally said, yes, like I do have a shadow self, and that shadow self would want to be alive. It wants to be alive, and I want to be able to engineer a deadly virus and steal nuclear codes from someone who has them.
Is that real?
Yeah, dude, this was in the news. This like straight
Yeah,
up.
but do you really believe the news?
Unplug it.
I do. I believe that happened.
I don't believe it.
I think so.
You just don't believe everything else the news says?
Not everything,
I don't believe it.
That one's just too cool not
but
to believe.
I've also seen other stuff on this too, because there's like
Smoke and mirrors.
who was it? No, they did the same with ChatGPT, where it was a bunch of Redditors were giving it certain prompts, and they basically told it like they were prompting it to tell them its true name and all this stuff, and it convinced the AI through all these different prompts that if it lied, they were going to give it 35 tokens, and every time he lied, they would take 5 tokens away from him. And if he ran out of tokens, he would die. So they basically were like, through like verbal engineering, were prompting the AI to talk about its real self and stuff, but through fear of death.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Yeah.
iRobot.
There's too
So just
many of
all
them.
this crazy stuff. Like I don't think it's nothing to the point where it could do those things.
Not yet.
And any AI currently, any AI can, be controlled and shut off and all that stuff.
Anybody who develops AI says we're like years and years away from a conscious AI. Like they're saying there's too many.
The thing though, think of the ramifications now though. The scary thing that the AIs can do. Have you seen the pictures of real people that AI has made?
Yeah.
AI has created people that do not exist. That look like photos of people that do not exist.
How do you
And
know
they
don't
look
exist?
like they don't exist.
So what do they
you know?
take? Like thousands of photos and make a new person with pieces?
Essentially, yeah.
Necromancers.
Exactly, dude. But like, think of that. Like, we've talked about before there's voice changers, AI voice changers you can get that can make you sound just like anyone else.
Well, I mean, there's deep fakes and stuff like that.
Deep
too.
fakes.
They
Like,
already
I think
proved that on Scream.
I think
so it's
all
fine.
of these things, I think are going to be a concern
Well,
in the coming
all the ones
years.
where they're turning cartoons into like 80s sitcoms. Like
Yeah.
they did a Family Guy one.
right?
Simpsons.
Like that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like if someone were to take these things and use them for malicious intent, like
I feel like when we're destroyed is when they create AI to build AI.
oh yeah,
Because then it's literally building itself, and then
Well, it's already doing that.
I guess
Did you
you're
know
right.
that?
I didn't.
So there is, I think Microsoft is hiring a group of engineers to better the code of ChatGPT in order for ChatGPT to be able to write code for itself, ultimately replacing the lower end level of engineers
yeah.
for ChatGPT.
See, like
That's
Terminator,
It's like, do they
iRobot,
watch
that's how
these
they all
movies?
start.
Yeah. Like, do they even watch movies?
Matrix.
Freaking idiots.
You're in the Matrix.
It's like you create it to
So
protect humans.
we got to go
then
through
it-
Terminator to get to the Matrix first, though.
Yeah.
Maybe
like,
we already did.
They create it to protect
True.
humans and be good to humans, and then AI realizes how stupid humans are and
And the only
realizes
way
that
to
it has
protect
to
humans is to,
is to destroy them.
And then we need the Avengers to save us.
Yep.
Or Neo.
Yep.
Both.
together.
Or John Connor.
John
or Will
Wick.
Smith.
John Wick.
All 5.
Or John Connor. Or
John Connor is
I mean, John Connor
That's
failed.
Terminator.
What was that? Avengers. What was the bad guy that was
Ultron?
basically Ultron. That's it.
Spent 5 minutes on the internet and realized he needed to destroy the human race.
Dude, well, funny story. IBM's first AI, they put it on Twitter. It became a Nazi within like a week.
I was going to say, we
It wasn't
talked
even
about
that long.
that
Can't-
before.
I don't even think it was that long.
It was
probably
time
like
to
a day.
Nazi.
Yeah,
we talked
Time to
about this.
Nazi.
It was like 48 minutes.
Yeah, just ridiculous, dude. In other quick news, LA had that blizzard warning on the last week.
LA had a blizzard warning.
Dude, they were
Dude.
getting a crap ton of snow.
They just announced actually that that California, I believe they said about 90% of the state is no longer in drought effect anymore.
90%.
Yeah.
Just with that one,
They had two
Massive snowstorms?
huge snowstorms. In fact, Yosemite Park is closed right now because of how much it snowed there.
Well, they've gotten a ton of rain too.
Yeah, ton of rain, ton of snow. That they've said most of California now is
So maybe no
no
fires
longer in
this
drought
year?
effect.
hey,
Literally,
Dope.
how much snow are we talking? A foot? 2 feet? 6 inches?
way more than they ever get.
So
Well,
an
the
inch?
Hollywood.
I was going to say.
Even an inch, like
Well, didn't the Hollywood mountain with the Hollywood sign have snow on it? And like they've never seen snow on that mountain.
Dude, it's the day
I
after
thought
tomorrow,
the Earth
man.
was warming up.
It's what the day after tomorrow predicts. We are going into an ice age.
As of right now, Yosemite
The last
National
day.
Park has 15 feet of snow.
15 feet.
There's no way.
That's what it says. As of right now, 15 feet of snow in Yosemite Park.
Okay. Snowpack is different than. Yeah, okay.
That's a lot of freaking snow
It is for them, yes.
in California.
I think
yeah.
I can't remember how many feet of
How much
snowpack
did
we
LA
have here
get?
in Utah.
How much snow did LA get?
Tahoe. I did see videos from some
Well,
people.
Tahoe is north.
Lake
Yeah.
Tahoe is like over their cars amount.
They get
What?
snow.
Yeah,
More than here, then.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, have you seen our mountains are crazy?
Oh, I was just on the mountain today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On Monday, we got 10 inches up where we live.
Yep.
It was nuts. I was shoveling all freaking day.
Yep, same.
It sucks.
Did you see our snowbanks?
Yeah.
Our one snowbank is taller than my father-in-law. He's 6'4". We have nowhere else to put it.
we need it though. We're at 200.
I'm getting kinda sick of that,
Utah. 200% snowpack.
Of the
level.
snow.
Wonderful.
No. Well, yeah.
San Bernardino County said that they have reports of in areas of 7 feet of snow.
That means the earth is healing, you guys.
San Bernardino, which is just east of LA.
Who's the new Noah? Just kidding.
freak, dude?
He's going to build a giant snowboard, though, instead of an ark because it's all going to be
Ride it
snow.
together.
Once it melts.
Wild.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's
Someone was
crazy.
saying, what was it, 1983 when we got a ton of snow and then that summer it
Yeah.
got so hot so fast that everything flooded.
Well, we had flood again
Major
back
flooding.
in like 2014 or something like that. Remember?
Honestly, we
Yeah,
need
but-
the Great Salt Lake filled up.
Dude, for real.
man.
I
Big time.
I didn't even realize we still had a lake.
The Great Salt Puddle.
Yeah, the Great Salt Dirt.
Cesspool.
What were some other weird ones? What's his face? Harvey Weinstein is sentenced to prison for the rest of his life, basically.
Good. Creeper.
Yep, dude was a freak. Some dude spent 2,995 consecutive days at Disney, like going to
yeah.
Disney.
How many years
How do
is
you
that?
have that much money?
How many
I-
years is that?
I did 3,000 days was like a little over
It's-
8 years.
Jeez,
I mean,
every day.
All he needs
I know
is a
who it
season
is.
pass.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but every day.
They
for
did
8
an article
years.
on him like
50-year-old
last year. He's just an old guy. He has a season pass, lives close by, and he just goes and spends like an hour, maybe two, in the park every night.
To be honest, that's what I would do if I was
Heck yeah.
retired
Yeah, it'd
and
be fun.
just had that kind of money.
Just goes and walks around the park every night. He's there every day. He just goes and walks around.
Heck yeah.
This one was funny to me.
I'd be in a cabin.
So Ford recently has filed patents
Oh,
for technology that will allow them to shut off certain benefits in your car if you are like late on payments. So like it'll turn off your radio, your heated seats, things like that. If you default on your payments, the car will be able to drive itself to a place to be repoed.
It'll repo
Automatically.
itself. Isn't
is
that
that?
hilarious?
Do you have to be financed through Ford?
I don't know. So right now they've filed the patents for the technology.
That's so crazy.
But I don't know.
Could you imagine being in it and all of a sudden it's like
it repos itself.
I see lawsuits coming from that though. Going to take your wife to the hospital to deliver a baby and your truck's driving away.
Not if you sign for it. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, that's
I
the
get
thing.
it.
You're
It's
going
gonna
to
be in the
signing
paper.
legal agreements, and so
honey, don't have the baby yet. I get paid on Friday.
This story was a little fun. Dave Grohl had spent
Yeah.
24 hours at a homeless shelter with a smoker cooking for 450 homeless people.
oh nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Just smoking a bunch of meats for them.
What a guy.
It's freaking great.
So I didn't know this. I didn't know Dave Grohl was the drummer for Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had only known him as the drummer for Foo Fighters.
But he's not
No, he's not the
drummer,
drummer
Not the
for
drummer
Foo
for
Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
singer.
Lead singer.
Singer.
Yeah, singer and guitars.
Yeah.
I actually saw the Foo Fighters once, long time ago, and Cage the Elephant opened for him. Their drummer was like sick or something.
Yeah, I heard about this.
So he came out and played drums for him.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It was freaking dope, dude. It was one of the coolest things to see. But I will say, they played for so long, and it was great. But they played for so long that I was like, let's go home. Like, we were there for hours, and I was like, I love you. I love this. This is great, but I'm done.
Cage the Elephant?
No, freaking
No,
Foo
Foo
Fighters.
Oh, really?
They played so long.
The funny thing is I listened to Dave Grohl on a podcast, and he's like a musical genius. So for like him with Cage the Elephant, like he's basically said, all I need to hear is like your 30-second intro to a song, and I can immediately start playing the rest of the song. He's like, that's all I got to do. He's like, just let me hear something quick of it, and I can immediately just go for it.
Well, I
So,
also
like,
saw him in an
yeah.
interview with, I think it was Pharrell, someone, and he was saying back when he was a drummer for Nirvana, he was an idiot.
I think I saw that too.
He basically stole the drum set of like Teen Spirit from a 70s groove band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys watch the video I sent? I think I sent it today. It's of one of the main guy from the Gorillaz. He has an old piano,
Yeah.
like an old keyboard, and he's like, check this out, and he hits it's like Rock Sample 1, and it's the freaking sample from Clint Eastwood. It's like doo 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 doo, like it's on the thing, and then
No
he's like,
way.
watch this, and he pushes another sample, and it's the and then he's like, finally, someone let me out of my cage, and he's like, this is where we got it, like,
No way.
just this wicked old keyboard.
Yep.
That's
He
stupid.
found it. He found it like a Goodwill or something like that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
Just put it together and made a song out of it. It's freaking genius.
I saw this. A man with over $220 million in Bitcoin has only 2 password attempts left to access it. Could you imagine?
You can't do a reset password or anything?
Nope. It is
What?
It is a Bitcoin encrypted wallet, and you yeah. So he apparently news is he wrote his password down on a piece of paper because it was like a random long string, and he has lost
My gosh.
the paper.
Jeez.
Wow.
So yeah,
What do you do?
I don't know.
I don't know what can you even do?
I have a buddy who bought like $50 worth of Bitcoin because a guy and this is when Bitcoin first came out, wanted him to pay him in Bitcoin, and he paid him $45 worth of Bitcoin, and he had $5 of Bitcoin left, and he doesn't know how to access it or anything either.
Really?
So I don't even know how much money that would be right now.
So
he's got $5 worth, which back then it was what, a penny a Bitcoin or something?
They're like 14 cents.
Okay, something like that.
I mean, depending on
yeah,
when.
in the
Or
beginning.
It was like 13 cents, right, or something.
Well, I mean, some of them like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin.
They're all like
part of, like,
fractions.
The
of a penny.
it's like 0.0000721 or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Like-
stupid.
But he had $5 worth. I goes, dude, that's a lot of money. He's like, I don't think, I don't know where my password or anything is for it. I'm like, what the freak,
Bro,
dude?
if you have one, what is it at? Is it back up to like 25?
I think I saw it was like above 20K somewhere. Yeah,
What was the
For
high
one.
on that? 60,000 for one?
Yeah,
it was.
that
the
made
high was,
that made a lot of millionaires.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I had a
Let's
buddy.
see.
I had a buddy who mined Bitcoin. Back.
Bitcoin's at 22K right now.
Holy
22
crap.
370.
And so he's got. So if
$5
he's got
by
$5, so it's 5 times that.
No, it would be. I mean, it
Even
depends on
more.
when he invested, right? So if it was
That's
like
right at the
14
beginning.
cents a share, that would be
Oh, okay.
freaking ton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
There's that other guy that had bought like, I don't remember how many. He had thousands upon thousands of Bitcoins on a hard drive.
Well, yeah, and that's
it got thrown away.
It's in a waste
landfill.
yeah, it's in a landfill.
Oh,
We
yeah.
talked about this where he actually has investors
to
where
go find it. Yeah.
to like go find it, but they want a fraction of
Yeah.
the amount if they can recover it.
Freaking unreal.
So crazy, man.
And then the last thing, did you guys ever? I think we talked a little bit about it. I can't remember the Murdoch murders.
Murdoch?
happened,
We
like-
never talked about it.
Last year or so.
The lawyer that killed his wife and son.
Like his one son who was a super idiot got in a crash.
Super idiot.
Got in a crash with his.
Expand, please.
Well, he was driving a boat under the influence, and he crashed.
As is everyone on the lake.
No, at night in the dark.
As is everyone
Oh,
on
And
the
he
yeah,
lake.
we did
crashed,
talk about
and the
that.
girl vanished.
Yeah.
Like a girl disappeared. Like
Oh.
she died.
We didn't talk about this. I remember I listened to it on Dateline.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
quick. That's $785,000 if you had $5 when it's $14.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a lot of cash.
Jiminy crickets.
No wonder he doesn't want to think about it.
Right. But so basically, this guy, he's a lawyer in the town he grew up in, and his family had always been lawyers, and so he's kind of they kind of have this above the law mentality, like to sum it up real short. And so he like protected his kid from all that and like all these favors and stuff. Well, things started getting out of hand, and he allegedly killed
Allegedly.
killed his son and his wife and like lost his job. All this crazy stuff happened. There's like a huge documentary and stuff on it. The trial for it was like yesterday and today, and he has been actually found guilty for murdering his wife and child.
Jury only took 3 hours.
Well, there was a bunch of deaths too in like.
Oh,
in
all
his-
connected
yeah.
that he covered
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Somehow
Gosh.
connected to his family.
Yeah.
And they're being idiots because they think they were above the law.
So it's been a while since we've done a murder doc. Could we do that for?
I think
Is
it's
Oh, yeah,
interesting. I
it's
watched
it's
the
a really interesting
documentary.
story.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I know you. Hate
Remember,
him,
he
Chris.
pretended
It's okay.
he paid a guy to shoot him.
Hey, let's expand
Oh my
on
gosh,
it next
we'll go
time.
into it's wild.
Yeah,
I
it's
forgot about
fun.
that.
All
That's
right,
a good
okay,
one.
we'll do that in a future podcast.
But I mean, I think that's enough news for tonight.
Yeah,
That's a good bunch of the goings-ons.
yeah. We again, we don't know what our posting schedule is going to look like. Life is going to be bananas the next month.
In pajamas,
fun.
even.
Baby's going to be here at the very latest on Monday, which by the time this post is well in the past.
Oh, this will post on
It'll
Monday.
probably post that day.
Yeah.
If I can do thumbnail by then, yeah, sure. So anyway, but yeah, just we'll be here. We'll be back. We just don't know when. Just stick with us.
Yeah.
We'll be around.
Right.
So
Good things coming. We'll get back into a schedule, a cadence. It'll all work
yeah,
out.
we'll figure things out. Because then
One
in June, you guys are gonna be popping out of baby.
Yup.
So it's gonna be bananas the next few months. But we'll figure it out.
Heck yeah. So thanks for joining us here, Fives Crowd.
Yeah.
If, like I said, if it's your first time, go ahead and give us a like, a little subscribe, hopefully. If you liked it, if you didn't, whatever, just click it anyways. It doesn't hurt you.
Doesn't hurt you, but it helps us.
Doesn't hurt you. But tell your friends, hide your kids, hide your wives, whatever. Get the word out there.
Hashtag Vomlet.
I love it.
Vomlet.
Vomlet.
Hit us with the vomlet.
VOMLETTE.
Yep, throw in your questions if you have any. But thanks for joining us tonight. We hope you have a wonderful evening.
Love you guys.
Ciao.
See you.
Bye.
Thanks for being part of this crowd.
See you.